Let me be clear. Spending taxpayer dollars on politically driven lawsuits is irresponsible, dangerous, and particularly so in this economic climate where every dollar counts.
The questions about George Koczwara did not begin with the lawsuit. They began with his rehiring. A village manager appointment was added through a special meeting with minimal notice. There was no public search. No indication other candidates were even considered. There were also questions about political neutrality. Before his appointment, George Koczwara was publicly visible supporting Jim Dodge during the mayoral campaign. Then files were requested through the Freedom of Information Act. These are the actual records later obtained through FOIA. They confirm discipline for unprofessional behavior, but many of the pages came back entirely blacked out. But the questions did not end with the redactions. They deepened when residents saw a striking double standard. When it came to former employee Rich Miller, performance was discussed without redaction. His availability was questioned publicly, on the floor of a board meeting, through a PowerPoint presentation, and even by the mayor himself.
My comments are clearly, it's a valuable program. It would have been great if the availability had been there recently, which is the point of the whole program. So, Mr. Miller had to make a decision that best suited him and his career and his life. We have to move on, and
Yet records and later statements provided by Miller challenged whether that characterization was even accurate. And in the months that followed, Miller's role in the therapy dog program was reassigned to the mayor's nephew. Sensitive personnel concerns appeared open for discussion in one case. But when questions arose about George Koczwara, confidentiality became the justification for secrecy. Public slideshows and inaccurate performance discussion for Miller. Blacked out records for Koczwara. The questions did not stop there. They grew, and they spread. Residents were encouraged to seek records, to look deeper, to understand what had been withheld. And then, the village took action. A lawsuit was filed. Not over records that had been released, but over concern about what might be disclosed. A temporary restraining order followed. Not to remove actual documents, but to redact the titles of documents and restrict discussion of what those records might reveal.
Let me be clear. Spending taxpayer dollars on politically driven lawsuits is irresponsible, dangerous, and particularly so in this economic climate where every dollar counts.
Those words raise a question of their own. How much public money has been spent fighting disclosure? Hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars. Well over $500,000 spent by both parties in a legal conflict over disclosure. Public money spent, not improving roads, not improving parks, not improving public safety, but fighting litigation surrounding disclosure related to George Koczwara. If there is little of consequence to hide, why spend this much to keep it hidden? And now, George Koczwara's one-year contract is approaching renewal. Before that decision is made, shouldn't residents have answers?